Carnarvon. It's a trip that I've been meaning to do for a while now. With quite a bit to see and do along the way, it should be a fantastic journey. But unfortunately, the entire eastern side of Australia is currently being affected by wild weather caused by La Nina. Will we get the journey we hoped for, or will it all be cut short by the weather? Let's get four wheels on the road and find out. Tell you what, it's fascinating. Once you actually enter into the moss garden corridor here, you can feel the temperature dip down by like 3 or 4 degrees. You suddenly feel a cool breeze over you as you enter in here, which is fantastic after such a long walk. Fortunately, we've had the sun with us, so thank goodness the weather's stayed away to this point. As I mentioned earlier though, the weather will be coming in later, so we're limited on the walks that we can do today and on this entire journey, unfortunately. But it's still beautiful to be here and really nice to check the place out. Let's go take a bit more of a look at it. As I mentioned last time, I really do need to make a specific point about the elevations that you will come across on this journey. Even though you will get distances on how far each of the sites and attractions are along the trail, you need to take into consideration that there are a lot of stairs and a lot of elevations that you actually need to go through, a lot of hills up and down, so the walk really will take it out of you. Amazing. Tell you what, it's fascinating watching all the water dripping through the rock and feeding all the moss. And you can hear behind me here the creek, the start of the creek that we're looking at on the way in. Must feed into the main one. I'll have to have a look at that later. But there's a lot of water coming through these walls. It's unreal. So there you go. Now I've learned how it works. The water soaks down through the sandstone, which is obviously what the walls of this gorge are made of. And then it hits some shale and filters out, and that's where the moss is growing here. Not that I'm much of a survivalist at all, but I have seen on a few survival shows that they talk about filtering water through moss to clean it so that it's drinkable. And obviously that's how the creeks that we pass through on the way up are actually so clean. You could probably drink the water out of them. It's probably not recommended, but you probably could. Such a beautiful area, I tell you. Really been worth the journey coming up here. Don't forget, if you're getting some value from the channel and this video, to show your appreciation by dropping a like with the button below. Also, don't forget to comment and most importantly, share the channel. I really do appreciate it, and any little bit helps to grow the channel. Crazy, you can see right up the top. The gap between the two walls is probably only a couple of metres, but it hollows out down the bottom here. Imagine that's what's happened with the amphitheatre that's further up. Unfortunately today we're not going to get to go there because there's weather closing in on us and I can't get all this camera equipment wet. So we're going to have to miss out on that this time around, and there's more rain to come. We're lucky to only get this couple of hours today. It's been the first couple of hours of good sunlight that there's been in a couple of days. Got about a good hour yesterday and that was about it. Fortunately it's just been raining and overcast the rest of the time around. But that's alright. We got to see some fascinating things and some really amazing things while we were here as well, and that's all I wanted to do. Come and see some cool stuff. What a beautiful little place. And you're completely enclosed. by the gorge either side, 10 metres up either side. And at the very top, there's only a gap of about 2 metres across. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful little pool there. And you can see where this beautiful clean water that we're looking at in the creeks on the way up has come from. Wow, what a fascinating place. Definitely well worth the walk up here, I'll tell you. Well, I think it's time for us to head back now. It's around about 2:30 and the weather should be coming in very soon. So I think we need to get back before it starts in on us. Don't want to get all this camera gear wet. I think at this stage we're going to jump on the road and head out towards Roma this afternoon. So it may be a bit of a late day for us. We'll see you later on. Well, I'll tell you what, that was just an amazing experience. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to go further up, but those are the breaks. And I've just checked on BOM right now and the weather's on the way in, so we've got probably a good half an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour to make it back to the beginning, but that's fine. Well, there'll be plenty of time to do that. All right, get to it.